Hello, and welcome to Variety Radio Online. Today is Sunday, April 20th, 2014. My name is Lucia, and I'm going to have Keisha and Tash on the line tonight. We just ended a show about the Scandal finale, so we are running a little bit late, but let me bring Keisha on here. Hey, how you doing?
Good. How's everybody?
Good. Excellent. And Tosh will be calling back in any moment. Tonight we're going to be discussing Orphan Black's premiere, Nature Under Constraint and Vexed. And it's funny because when I was doing the write-up for the show and reading the description on BBC America, it had information for later in the season. So it had this stuff that I was putting in the write-up because I hadn't seen the episode yet that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, man.
So if anybody read that, the funeral for Aynsley, I thought was going to be in this episode, but it's in next episode. It was in the preview for next week.
That's great.
So, anyways.
I wonder why they did that.
If anyone was confused, if they read the write-up, that's why. But yeah, so Nature Under Constraint and Vexed, and Keisha just recently marathoned the whole first season. How long do you think it took you to watch the whole season?
A day. Not even a
day.
Full day.
Good job.
I love the BBC for this because it was so easy just to sit down and then just go through them because there aren't that many episodes. And it was just so gripping that it didn't even feel like, 10 hours of television that I was watching. It just seamlessly flows. And, yeah, I loved it. And I couldn't stop watching.
Yeah, it's such a quick marathon. And then when you're done, it's just oh, there's no more. There's no more.
Yeah,
we're done.
So when's the next one? But luckily, because it was only last week, it was just I didn't have to wait that long some of you guys.
Yeah.
I know I've been hearing about that wait for the next season, especially with the finale.
Yeah, such a cliffhanger. And Tosh is on the line now, and I know she watched it last year as well.
Hey.
And, yeah, hey, Tosh. And I remember, when I showed it to one of my sisters, I showed it to my sister Paylina, and after it was done, she was so mad at me that it was, done and that we had nothing else. She was just like, that's how it is? I can't see anymore? People get so upset when they marathon it and they don't have more.
Yeah, I was so worried because at the end of the season, I was thinking, oh, Mrs. S she's the bad guy for next season. She kidnapped Kira and took her away, and she's going to be part of the Diane. Is it Dyad? Sorry, Dyad.
Yeah.
That she's part of that whole thing, and she's going to turn against Sarah, and so we don't even know where Mrs. S is at this point. I don't think. Did we learn this episode where she was?
What, Kira?
No, we know that Kira's with the people who who also raised Helena, but what about Mrs. S? Where is she right now?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't find out.
Yeah.
So we don't know. For me, I started. Of course, I heard about the show via and I can't remember who she was. I can't remember who she was tweeting with. I don't know, but y'all were all hot tall and oh my God, Tatiana, is everything and talking about this show, Clone Club hashtag, and I'm like, what are they talking about? And I just started watching, and I was like, holy shit! I'm like Orlando Jones from Sleepy Hollow, because he was on this special on BBC called The Conversation with Will Wheaton, and he was saying, they said, when did you get hooked? And he said, the first 3 minutes. And it's true, because, you see this lady who looks like, you see Beth walking or whatever. I mean, you don't know the characters' names yet, but, I mean, you see these two people look alike, and then one just, folds up the clothes very nicely, puts her heels, and just walk in front of a train. Like, how can you not continue to watch, and find out what the hell, why would that person do that?
Yeah,
so
like, why do they look alike?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that it's so brilliantly written, and I've been watching I love to watch, like, behind the scenes and, conversations with the producers and stuff, because you just get a lot of info. It was, back in 2003, going to be a movie, going to be a feature. It was actually shot as a feature, and when they could not get the feature made, it took about 10 years to develop, and it became a series. I thought that was so interesting, because as soon as the showrunner said that, I was, like, thinking to myself, like, damn, could I see this as a movie? Like, how could they compile so much stuff into a feature? So I'm glad that they turned it into a series, because, man, it's great. And Tatiana, like, wow. Like, she
all the awards.
She blows my mind. Like, she completely blows my mind. I have never, man, she's so talented. Different dialects, languages, like, she's just, I mean, the personalities, I don't know if y'all noticed, but do you know how Alison, she has, like, definitive personality traits. Like, she has, in different little hand movements and stuff, y'all notice that? Like, she's always, like, she has this, like, 2-finger on her face type thing, and she's, like, she talks a certain, like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she does it.
Every character she's created is distinct. Like, Helena, the way she saunters, and her shoulders are sort of slouched. And then you have someone like, Alison, who's very, very proper, and her back is, like, ramrod straight, and she's very poised. And then you have someone like Sarah, who's kind of edgy, and, she has the accent, and even, is it Katya? Katya, the Russian, or not the Russian, German.
Yeah,
I mean, even she was different. So you've got Tatiana Maslany playing all of these characters, and it's not like they're blending into one. No, these are distinct personalities with different mannerisms, and I give my hats off, everything to her, because she does every character so convincingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Alison's my favorite, and I love her so much. And this episode, she had some great moments. I don't know if we want to talk about those, because the whistle in the whistle in the pepper spray scene was, like, so classic.
Oh my gosh. How coordinated is Alison? She is so amazing. I don't even know how I'd be able to keep a rape whistle in my mouth, blowing while pepper spraying and fighting off these two guys.
The way that she aimed the pepper spray behind her, like, while whistling, was just, like, she was completely, like, she's just so scrappy. She's just not giving up. And she's,
love her.
Pushing that thing directly behind her.
I love her. I love the interaction with her and Felix. It was hilarious, because Felix is always shocked by things that Alison says. Because remember she told Ramon, she was like, something about, do you have the peace? Or something like, she'll say certain things, and, like, she was like, you have a dealer? Like, she was just like, or I can get it, I can't remember how she said it, off the whatever, like, it didn't have serial numbers or something. She said something. It was something specific.
Yeah.
Where I don't know, like.
Yeah. And the way she described him as a gun enthusiast who is just a really hard worker, like, he's just really like not a dealer, but, like, he's very hardworking. Like, he does all of these different things for her.
Oh my God.
And then he's, like, this teenage kid. Like, she's meeting up with the thing, and she's like, say hello to your mother.
I don't know how she's able to, like, combine both worlds, but she's done it so perfectly. It's like, on the outside, she's a suburban mom and normal, and then you turn the sun goes down, and you got her gun toting and pepper spraying and light whistle blowing, and she's just badass. It's so funny.
And how she treated Donnie. Donnie came in there. I was like, if Donnie don't go take his ass on somewhere with his underwear, and when they panned down, and I was like, oh Lord, Donnie, go sit down somewhere. And the way she was looking at him, her interactions with Donnie is hilarious to me. So I love her character. I really like. I mean, Cosima, like Alison, I love her. Cosima is like, I love Cosima so much as well. But I wanted to discuss how great was Tatiana pretending to be another clone. Like, she was Sarah pretending to be Cosima. And, like, I mean, how is this, like, God dang, girl. That was really
so weird. Because it's like, you can tell the difference between the real Cosima and Sarah pretending to be Cosima. Like, they're two different characters.
Yeah.
And it's got to be so hard to sit down and figure out a way to act that out without it blending and then just seeing that you're just playing the same clone. You know what I mean?
Right. And did you see when she first walked in and she looked and her glasses was kind of crooked, and then in her English accent she was like, shite. Like that, you know, but then she quickly has to go back to Cosima, like being awkward. But I love how Delphine knew off top. Like, I thought that was great. You know, that Delphine was like, you're Sarah. Like, she wasn't even fooled, which I thought was cool, you know, because I would be kind of screaming, like, come on now, Delphine, you don't know, you know, so it was kind of cool that Delphine called her out off top, but
I'm still weary of Delphine. Like, I'm still on the fence about her. I didn't like her that much last season because I didn't trust her. And I still don't trust her. Like, even though I know that she does actually like Cosima and cares for her on some level, I still don't trust her because of her ties to the Dyad.
Yeah, Dr. Lucia.
Yeah, I don't trust that at all. And I feel like at some point she's either going to sell them out or she's going to inadvertently help them just because she's so close to Cosima, and she's going to share information that she shouldn't be sharing.
Which makes for a great story, don't you think, though? Like, that's you know, because you don't know if she's going to turn. It's sort of like when me and Lucia discussed The Americans, you know. I'm sorry to blend that in, but, I mean, it's true because, you know, we talk about the Nina character and the girl, while I was fixing the call, what's his name, girl? I was about to call him Sam. Lucia.
Stan.
It's Stan. Oh, my God. Keisha, I'm sorry, but it's like I always call the character different names, and Lucia always calls me out on it, but okay. Yeah, there's a love, you know, relationship on that show where, you know, somebody's going to have to choose, you know. So I agree with you about the Delphine situation, and to be honest with you, I feel like she would at this point. But then again, I don't know. We'll have to see. So
yeah. And she's not the only one that's on the inside with love interest. There's also Paul, who's like straddling the line as well. Like, okay, I fell in love with him that first scene on the. Okay, I didn't really fall in love with him as a character. It's more like I fell in love with his abs from that kitchen scene in the first episode. He had me at taking his shirt off. That was done. But it's like I want him to be good so bad, but at the same time he's kind of creepy because he was so in love with Beth, and then all of a sudden he realizes Beth is Sarah, and now he's like sort of transferred those feelings onto Sarah, and now he's trying to help her from the inside. And now it's like, now I don't.
Well, I feel like, wasn't he faking it with Beth? Like, I don't think he sincerely loved her. Like, I think he was set up to be her monitor, her monitor. And I feel like there was like some letters or something that Sarah found where she thought like that Beth loved him more than him. He wasn't really willing to commit to her. But I mean, who knows? Like, yeah, I mean, did he have real feelings for her? And did he know about Rachel this whole time? Because if he knew about Rachel, then I feel like when Sarah comes into the picture, he was pretending not to know it was Sarah, and he must have known it was Sarah. You know? Like, he must have known it wasn't Beth. Because if he knows that the clones exist and his girlfriend is acting completely different, like, he's going to suspect this is another clone if he had already met Rachel.
Because remember when he had held up Vic at Alison's house, and then they came back to the house, and remember he had poisoned that liquor? Like, he was about ready to poison Sarah. And remember when she said, well, and then she revealed, she said, well, you know, we're clones. And then he had that puzzled look on his face like, what? You know, like he had no idea. But that's an interesting question, though, Lucia, about if he knew, if he knew Rachel, then he would have known about the clones. But I would have to think not, just because of that's the reason why he did. But then again, he could be just playing both sides, too. So,
because I always worked under the assumption that it was kind of like what he said, him having to watch this girl and not really asking questions about why he was watching them or what was happening to them or to her. Yeah. That's what, I was
And then somehow down the line, he got pulled in, and that's when he kind of found out more when things escalated. They brought him in, and that would have been when he would have found out about Rachel and some of the hierarchy of this organization.
And to me, it's pretty clear that he likes.
I think he likes Sarah.
Like he really, really cares for her and wants to help her, but at the same time, it's his butt on the line too. Like they can kill him.
I love that little scene though when she hits him and he was like, "You hit me in the face," But he had that look like, but he had that look like, "Girl, that was hot, man. I'm trying to get you later." He really did. I tweeted that. I was like, he straight up had that look on his face like, "Girl, you hit me, okay?" And she was like, "Sorry," and he told me, "Go, I'll figure out something." Like. I really
But he does like that. Remember how he was talking about the rough sex in the kitchen and her how aggressive she was? He's into that stuff. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I like how you just said that, Keisha. He loves that stuff, remember? Remember the kitchen? Paul likes that. Thank you.
It's all still fresh in my mind.
Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Now you know why I like him, okay?
Yeah. But how creepy was that guy, who's a part of Helena's stuff? Oh, my God.
Creepy.
He creeps me out. Like, he reminds me of the twins, like, from The Following. Like, he creeps me out. It's the eyes and the hair and, oof. I hope he's not on there all season because he seriously creeps me out. But what was the shocker for you guys? Was the shocker the Helena reveal?
Yes, I thought she was dead and buried. I assumed Homegirl was done and we're going to move on and focus on the other clones this season, but nope, this girl is a cockroach. She will survive a nuclear explosion. It doesn't matter. She's been stabbed. She's been hit over the head. She's been shot point blank. Nothing's killing her. She might as well be a zombie.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually spoiled on her still being alive because when I was finding the promo photos for the write-up, there was a promo photo of Helena in a hospital bed and alive for season 2.
I had no idea.
So I was like, oh,
spoiler alert.
She's alive. I guess I know that now. But that was a surprise for me because I was thinking totally Helena's dead, and I was actually sad about that because I love Helena. So this is a happy surprise. So I was fine with that spoiler because I need some more of Helena. I like her. So,
oh my God.
She's fun. My sister shot me. My sister shot me.
She said, "Miss Sister, shut me." And that lady was like, "Ooh."
I got some family drama going on.
Girl, that girl. Oh, my God. Just to break away real quick, did y'all see that Salem WG in America says that they called me a heathen? I didn't know that I guess that's their, like...
Oh, that's their fan name? Your heathens, if you're a Salem fan? Their fandom name?
Yeah, it's like, retweet if you think John's in for a surprise, heathens. But, okay, I wasn't aware of that.
I'm a heathen.
You know, I just asked the question. I just said, should I watch the series Salem? And the account tweeted me back and said, are you a heathen? Or is it something? What? But Lucia, you know how I am. You know, my face was like, wait a minute, what? You know? I was just taking, it said, is the sky blue, heathen? The answer is yes. And I retweeted and said, okay then. I didn't realize. But okay. I'm going to watch that show later, I guess. What are you going to watch it? Are y'all going to watch it? It's about witches. We love witches.
I definitely want to watch it. I forgot to set it on my DVR. I hope I get that channel. I hope I get that channel. But I bet they're going to play it.
Yeah, I do. You have Xfinity? Do you have Comcast or whatever?
No. Here in Florida, my area, we have Bright House.
Bright House? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
If anything, it's probably going to be on the WGN website.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'll probably
that.
Yeah. And but yeah, I'm definitely interested in it. Though it looked really scary. It looked like they were setting it up to be scary. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I have several things to watch too. Game of Thrones, Salem, basketball. It's just a lot going on. So I'm gonna watch that.
Still going on? Oh my God! They already have this Final Four? When are they going to end it?
You know what? NBA playoffs, Lucia, not college.
Oh, God. Never ending. Okay.
I really thought season was over like months ago, but oops.
Oh, my God. So, Orphan Black.
Okay.
So, what do you guys think of Rachel? Like, man, Rachel?
She's full of herself.
But Tatiana playing Rachel, though. It's interesting. I find her very intriguing. I don't know.
I don't like her. I don't trust her.
With the wig. Like, the wig is a problem. The Rachel wig. The Rachel wig is just, if it was a better wig, I would be enjoying Rachel a little more. But the wig is... It's causing
you don't like the bob?
I love a bob in general, but the particular wig that they have on her is just a problematic situation. But I do like a cold type woman like that who's like taking charge and pretending to kidnap people and doing insane things. So I am definitely prone to liking her, and hopefully I can get beyond the wig.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't trust her. So
yeah, she's definitely like terrible.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe they could convince her. Maybe they could bring her around.
We'll see, because I feel like she's so deep into the whole dyad and eugenics mindset that it would be really hard to bring her back from that. She really believes in this evolution and all that nonsense she was feeling this episode. So I don't think that she's going to be coming from the dark side anytime soon.
Yeah.
And I really thought that if it wasn't going to be Mrs. S, that it was her. Like, either she was working in conjunction with Mrs. S, or, you know, she was in some part behind Kira's kidnapping. But obviously she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have an interest in Kira, obviously. They just didn't get to her first.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have something to do with the fact that she not only is the first clone baby, it's that she healed very quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a recurring thing. She heals quickly, and I think Helena
yeah.
She heals like a
Helena,
superhero. She should be dead.
Exactly. And they're the ones that were in the same womb that were twins, so
Right.
maybe she and Helena have some special version of the DNA.
Yeah, there's got to be something separating them, because I just got the feeling that they're special. Either they're the first, or I don't know, something about them separates them from every other clone. Because why would they be able to heal so quickly, and then why would Sarah be able to reproduce? These are things that are unheard of with the other ones.
Yeah.
So it's just, and then we also found out that each clone has their own DNA marker. So, but we didn't really discuss whether or not Sarah and Helena, if their DNA markers are very close together or practically the same, or are they each just completely different?
Mhm.
So I have so many questions with the cloning thing.
Yeah.
And I need my answers now, dagnabbit. I'm impatient.
Yeah, especially because like all the clones are the same age, and so it's like this experiment was all done at the same time. But I wonder, are we going to meet like any older clones, or younger clones? Because they could, put aging makeup on Tatiana to make her be like an older version, and they could cast a kid, if there was going to be
a
child version.
Said that there will be more. There's supposed to be more clones.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if any of them are different ages, or if they just were all done at the same time and then they never did another experiment.
That would be interesting.
Again. And that whole I'm worried about Cosima because she's sick.
I know. Yeah, she has the same thing Katya has.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Sarah and Helena's DNA could have something in it that could save her. Maybe there's some key in the other DNA, what keeps them healthy or something.
Well, do you think it's something where like they start off okay and then over time they start sort of deteriorating and then certain things happen to them, like the sickness, maybe?
Mhm.
Like that somehow their genes mutate?
Mhm. Possibly. I mean, yeah. Possibly.
It's not like
there may be something that's like an expiration type date, an expiration time period or something within their mutation. Something is weird going on.
It's not like Cosima was born with a respiratory illness. She would have found that out. It just sort of started happening. Right. And that probably happened with Katya too. And maybe that could happen with the other clones, but because Helena and Sarah are special healing, maybe they won't be as affected as the other clones.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I just hope that she doesn't die, man. I hope she gets a cure. And maybe Kira is the key, because she's the offspring and she's not exactly a clone, and she can heal fast.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
yeah, and I feel like they're going to try to find something for her, because they were a really cute family in this episode, like working together, using Felix's bed for sexy times. Like, everybody is a nice little, like, connected group right now. So I hope that the immediate problem is find Kira, but once they solve that, I'm hoping, they'll band together and solve this sickness problem.
Yeah. Oh, also shout out to Felix this episode in his assless trap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, God.
And it's so funny that he goes back to that club now and just sort of hangs out there.
Yeah, that was hilarious. She was like, "What are you wearing?"
He's certainly brave in more ways than one.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And I love how he was so high, trying to be the middleman and helping out Sarah. And he's in the kitchen with Rachel, and he's like, your thumbs are so bouncy. Whatever he was saying, he couldn't stop staring at Allison's hands.
Mhm.
That was really funny. But, yeah, I hope Felix doesn't die either, because he's, like, way in the middle, and they all know who he is. When Sarah was going down her list and calling people, and their numbers kept showing up disconnected, I was so scared that Felix was going to be dead.
Oh.
They can't kill
Really?
They can't.
Yeah,
they wouldn't.
I think that is one character they will not touch. They may put him in a hole for a while, but I don't think he'll be killed.
No, because he just adds so much of the, like, lightness and also the tone of the series. Like, I feel like his character really helps set a certain atmosphere around this insane situation to, like, ground it, you know? Oh, I would be so upset if they killed him. They can't. And it's always so hilarious whenever I will watch an interview with the actor, and you just realize how good he is, because his whole, like, his voice and his demeanor and everything is just so different, and he is just so good at playing that role, and yet he's really having to put that on. That's it's really fascinating.
Yeah. Both of them are really, really good, really talented. And when I was watching the Conversation special, and he was just saying, there were, of course, tons of Sarahs that auditioned and tons of Felix, that auditioned. And he said that, man, when they did the chemistry test on him and Tatiana, he said it was just, like, instantaneous. Like, it was just, he said that, and you can see it on screen, and it's true. Like, you totally think they're BFFs, and outside of the show, which they are pretty close. He said they're very, very close, But I'm glad, because I really can't even see anyone else playing Felix, Jordan is pretty kick-ass. Jordan is really, really good. He is definitely a diamond, as far as I'm concerned. He's a total gem. So.
Yeah, he's great, and yeah, no one else can fill that role like he can. He's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this year, with Tatiana being nominated for a Golden Globe this year, I really feel like, did y'all see those billboards in Times Square? Did you see that picture? It's like 6 huge billboards in New York. Like,
What?
I'm like so excited for the series, you know, just because, man, you know, the news has really gotten out there about the show, and it's just so popular, and I mean the audiences seem to get bigger. I want to see the ratings. I haven't even, you know, checked out online to see how it did, which I'm assuming it probably went up a bit.
Yeah, they'll probably give them to us on Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you guys feel about Art now knowing about the film?
I love him.
I don't know how I feel about him being in on this even more so now.
You don't think he can be trusted?
No, I think he can be trusted. I'm just worried about what's going to happen to him now that he knows this information. I feel like anyone who finds out about the clones, their lives are automatically put in danger.
True. Very true.
Yeah, I could definitely see him dying this season, but I wouldn't miss him. I don't know. I feel like every time he and that lady detective come into the scene, it's always like a jarring thing where they're like, oh no, they're back and they're in the way. They're always like in the way when they come in, the cops, and I just feel like they're annoying.
It's because she's annoying. She's the one who has this. It feels like she has this personal vendetta against Sarah, and she just wants to lock her up. And I just want her to be like, calm down. Calm you down. It's not that serious.
To be honest, I got the feeling last season that I'm trying to think if I remember this scene correctly. I wouldn't be surprised, like, if she actually liked Beth and Beth didn't like her back, and the fact that now you have Sarah, who's a clone, is probably, I don't know, she seems like Angie, I think is her name, like, she needs to go. They can throw her somewhere.
Yeah. If someone accidentally shoots her.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I know that she's supposed to be doing her job and, like, putting the clues together, but the fact that she's so annoying about everything, like, especially outside of the musical theater, when they see Sarah and Art's like, wait, and then she's like, nope, and she just hops out of the car and takes her and slams her against the hood, I was just like, oh my gosh, you're just gun trigger happy, just ready to go full force and not even stop to think about things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. She's way too excited about arresting people.
Yeah.
It's funny because the actress also plays Bo's mother on Lost Girl. She plays Aoife.
Oh my God, that is her.
Yeah. And she's really horrible on that show too. Like, I mean, she's not a bad actress. It's just that her character is like also like unlikable.
I totally didn't even realize it. Maybe because I don't like her there either. So she was already planted in my brain, I guess.
Poor thing. She keeps getting cast as characters that are just really unlikable.
Oh, goodness. But, also, just letting people know out there, you know, if you're interested in ATX, like, Orphan Black will be at ATX. They haven't, like, announced, like, who. I think they just announced, like, the showrunner or whatever.
The showrunner's going to be there, so.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm hoping.
And they're going to screen an episode, I think. Are they going to screen
Awesome.
I hope. Maybe I'm getting confused, but I think we're going to get an episode screened.
That would be great.
If not,
what pass did you get, Lucia?
Huh?
Did you already purchase your pass?
Yes, I purchased my pass at the convention last year because that's how much I loved it.
Oh, I should have totally did that shit.
I immediately was like, let me buy one for next year. So I'm doing the whole thing, the whole weekend.
Okay.
Where is this convention?
In Austin, Texas. It's the ATX Television Festival, and this year is the third year of the festival. I went last year for the first time, and it's been growing every year. Like it's in June, and this year we're going to get a Roswell reunion, an Everwood reunion.
Mm-hmm.
FX has a bunch of shows that are going. They've got Justified and Fargo, and they're doing like the closing night thing too. Oh yeah, Witch of the East End is coming, including Rachel Boston's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's like a bunch of other things I'm not recalling at the moment, but it's just Austin's such a cool city. Last year was my first time ever being there. I hadn't been to Austin. I just like fell in love with the city. It's so awesome.
Wait a minute, that was your first time there?
Yeah, it's my first time in Austin.
I had no idea. Lucia, I had no idea that was your first time in Austin.
Oh my God, I had so much fun in Austin. Like Francesca and I were just having the time of our life, and so much good food, like tacos and drinking all the time. I was just so happy. It was like the best vacation. I needed
no wonder you were
there.
smiling so much, Lucia.
I was so happy.
No wonder. I didn't even know. But yeah, Keisha, like, where are you located, Keisha?
I'm in South Florida.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's in Florida too, but like I think a little bit. You're further south than I am.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Fort Lauderdale. Oh, okay. Yeah, you should definitely try to come one year. I'm sure it'll be around next year too, like because it's growing and growing, and TV is growing, so I don't see it. It's a really cool festival. Like it feels more intimate. It feels less, like if you've been Comic-Con, and I've been to Vampire Diaries convention, like this feels more intimate. It's a little bit more organized. It's
way more laid back.
It's laid back. I mean, Austin is such a laid back, cool cargo and flip-flops and go drink beers and eat tacos and chill. Like, it's such a laid back city anyway that having that festival there, I think it's great. And it's all about TV, and it's really great. So, yeah, just any of you listeners out there, it's definitely it's definitely a festival you would like to, it's definitely one of those festivals you should attend. Yeah.
Awesome. I'll definitely have to check it out.
Yeah. So it'll be exciting.
Okay. I see Franklin and Bash are going. Mark Paul Gosselaar and Brecklin Meyer.
That's right. I forgot they added them too. And I used to watch that show. I stopped watching. I don't know. I stopped watching it for some reason. I watched all the first season, stopped watching it, and then I didn't even pick it back up to know if it was canceled. Like I didn't even know it was still going on.
Nope, still coming back in the summer. But before we finish with Orphan Black, I have to talk about the very ending scene with Kira because I thought that was so creepy. When she's sitting on the bed and he has that camera, and it just read like a Law & Order SVU episode for a second there. It was just so creepy to me. He just like sit right there, and she has this face like, I'm not having any of this BS. And he
brushed her hair too.
Photo. Yeah,
he brushed her hair and then turned the camera on. Yeah.
It was so inappropriate. I was like, oh my goodness, where is this going? This is really gross.
It's probably going to be like I don't think ransom type thing, but like if you want to see your daughter, such and such.
Probably. But I also feel like he was studying her kind of like a specimen. Like,
yeah.
Look how beautiful she is. This is a clone baby. And maybe he's recording her. Maybe he's going to test her abilities, and I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
I hope it doesn't go in any twisted directions, because I just recently watched True Detective, and I don't want to see any more children in bad situations for a while.
Oh, gosh.
So who knows? Like, I feel like she's going to be experimented on just because she's the clone baby.
Oh, yeah.
But we
man. Yep, we shall see. Well, I'm excited about this season, you guys. It looks great. Premiere was awesome. So,
yeah.
Do we know if they're going to have 10 episodes like last season? Did they announce that or no?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
I don't remember hearing anything about them extending the season.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. I mean, what? Yeah.
You're wondering if for season 2 or for next season?
For season 2, I was just wondering if they were going to have the same amount of episodes, like they had 10. I mean, I was wondering if that was standard, if that was the standard amount, or, when something gets popular, they may extend it, to other episodes. But I know that it's too early, So.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a 10-episode order from what I'm seeing online.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm not 100% certain. But from what I'm seeing, I think we're just getting 10. So so it'll be over in June. And then we're gonna have to wait for a whole another year to watch it again.
That's what sucks so bad, because it was only 10 weeks, and you have all this time. Oh my God, I remember when it ended, and I was just like, how long do we have to wait? And when they finally gave us a premiere date, I was like, are you effing serious? They were like spring 2014, and I'm like, what? So, yeah.
Yeah, the only what do you call it, bad thing about BBC is that, you get them, but they're usually short, and you have to wait a year between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I like Luther. I like that series, and that's another one that, and I used to watch Copper, too. And Broadchurch, oh my God, Broadchurch is so awesome. Broadchurch is awesome. I don't know if y'all watched that series, but it is good, so.
No, I'm used to the Sherlock. That is torture. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, I haven't watched that. So, okay, you guys. Well, it's been real. I'm like all talked out. I'm talking and clones, and I really want to go to the store and get some wine and just kind of enjoy the rest of my night and go sleep.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
It does.
And I think things are gonna, start to escalate as the season progresses, and we'll have more to say next week. So, have a good night, ladies.
All right. Good night. Thanks for listening.
Bye.